All right, hello everyone. This is Sharonda, and this is my podcast and YouTube channel, Magic Mind Medium. So I am going to proceed with doing the reading for today, which is the Illumination and Revelation reading, Light and Dark. I'd like to start off by saying that this YouTube podcast is for entertainment purposes. Um, so let's see what we have here. I think what I'm going to do is a 10 card Celtic cross. Let me before I proceed, I'm going to say, Father, Supreme Being of all being, thank you for waking me, family, and friends alike up this morning to see another day. Continue to bless us and shield us from any injury, harm, or danger. No weapon formed against us shall prosper, as it is said, it is so. I declare and I decree. Give me infinite wisdom, knowledge, capability, and understanding as I do my reading. And let's proceed. So we have the Urban Tarot cards here. Oh gosh. So let me meditate just a moment and we're going to proceed with the cards. Pulling up the cards. All right, we have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's see, 1. Again, this podcast YouTube channel, Magic Mind Medium, is for entertainment purposes. It is for entertainment purposes. All right, so let's go ahead and do a quick scrum on the cards. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and this is card 1. Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords. So Ace of Swords is what the reading is on. Give me just a moment. Let me get my cheat sheet. Ace of Swords. So it says new ideas, new conflicts, surgery, and mental clarity. So this reading could very well be a health-related reading. That's what I'm going to say. Health-related reading. You wanted to know something in regards to your health is what it lets me know. And so we're going to proceed. The next card I have as the barrier or obstacle, I have Chariot. All right, the Chariot card, action and change, a new journey. It mentions about a vehicle or what have you. Let me pull out my guide. Chariot card, according to my guide, mentions travel, control, action, willpower, and determination. So you may have to travel. That could very well be it. You may have to travel regarding something regarding your health. If that makes sense to anybody. Something in regards to your health. Our show what's above the situation is love. The love card here, which has the number 2, unity, balance, and partnership. So I do feel as though you may have to travel regarding this particular health concerns or what have you. I also feel as though it may very well be a second opinion, if that makes sense to you, right? Because I have the number 2 here, which is above. So it could be a situation where you may have some health concerns and you're given some options. You may not necessarily agree with those options. So you may have to travel and get a second opinion, if that makes sense to you. All right, so that's part three. This is the reason I have victory, which has the number six there. Mentions harmony, community, and cooperation. Yes, so in order to get whatever you want accomplished, you may need to travel regarding this health. It could very well be a, let me see, let me look at the cards. Something lets me know it may be health related. Now, right here, I have success in the past. Success in the past. So it could very well be a situation where you may have had some health concerns in the past that has presented itself. Could this very well be some doubts or whatever the case may be? I do show peace here, which has the number two there. I honestly feel as though what you're experiencing may not necessarily be, I think it is exhibiting itself in terms of health, but something lets me know that it could very well be spiritual, if that makes sense to anybody. And, again, this is for entertainment purposes. I want to mention that it is for entertainment purposes because, if you are someone who is empathic or an empath, oftentimes, to get an understanding of things, you will have what I refer to as like a simulation as to what it could be regarding someone else. If that makes sense to anybody or resonate with somebody. And many times they may classify this as a mental, something mental. So I think it's tied to your emotions is what it lets me know. Whatever this is that you may be experiencing, I'm not going to necessarily say that it's not real. But what I will say is I think it's tied to emotions or even relationships. If that makes sense to anybody, this may resonate with many people, but that does not constitute not going, at least going to the doctor, because that's what we are told to do as, uh, professionals. The number nine here, I have cruelty. Card nine, I'm sorry, card seven, which has a nine there. I have cruelty here. So I think what has transpired was you could have actually had some things that happened to you in your past, if that makes sense to anybody or resonate with anybody. And what is going on is it's manifesting itself in your physical being. Like I don't know if it was some type of child abuse or whatever the case may be, that may come back in the vessel of your physical body. Aches, pains, or whatnot. The next card I have here, card eight, this is what physically is surrounding. So I have the Hierophant card. It has five there. Five has a lot to do with stress, uh, conflict, and instability. So I think you are under some stress, is what it lets me know. Based on this card, you are under some stress. The Hierophant card has traditions, conventional expectation, and conformity. I think what is going on is you are the type of person that you don't like to conform. You could very well be a free thinker, like someone who doesn't agree with society or agree with what is common or quote normal. And oftentimes, I'm going to say that I think it's I think a lot of it is your intuition, but again, you still want to go to a professional to get a second opinion. But I think a lot of it is your emotions that are exhibiting by way of physical. This is card 9, Coat Spirits and Dreams, Knight of Cups. When I get this card, it's a lot. It has a lot to do with like something that may appear to be some one way, like a seducer, like to get you to believe something. But let's go to my cheat sheet and see what it says regarding the Knight of Cups. It says a prince or princess, charming, romance, and proposals. So I'm honestly I'm going to stick by what is mentioned here. I'm going to stick by that. I feel as though it has a lot of ties to your emotions, your feelings, your emotions, or what have you is what I'm going to say. This is the outcome. I have happiness here. Happiness. So it could be a situation where you don't feel happy. Nine represent wisdom, fruition, and achievement. So I think that again, the key factor, the key thing here is love and happiness is what it lets me know, or a lack thereof. Now let's go ahead and I'm going to pull out uh, the love cards because it's going to give a synopsis as to why you may be exhibiting some things. Some things. I'm just going to pull out two of these cards. Let's pull out two of these cards. Alrighty, let's see. Meditate. I'm gonna stay in the middle. I'm gonna go with this one and this one. Yes, it's. I think it has. I think a lot of it is driven by your emotions. If that makes sense to you, your emotions. I have the snake, competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman. So I honestly feel as though you have some perceived, um, you have a perceived threat that I feel is stemming from this here, like a perceived threat. The next card I have here is I like you. Someone likes you, romance is blooming. So I think in this situation here, um, I like you in this instance is not romantic, right? I think um, it's all based on perception because of some things that manifested in the past, is what I show here. So someone needs to hear this. Something that manifested in the past to facilitate this perceived threat. That's what I feel. Now let's get a little bit on past history. I'm going to pull out actually 4 of these cards. And it's going to let me know what that is coming stemming from, or give me an idea even. So I'm going to just pull out these 4 here. I'm not going to just these 4. All right. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, so I have the mother turned upside down. I don't feel as though this cruelty came from a mother because I have it in the opposite. I don't feel as though that cruelty is coming from the mother. So it could have very well been something that occurred in terms of the father leaving or traveling. So I think that leaving or travel, this your confirmation about something health related. leaving or traveling somehow to get another opinion. I have Egypt here, so I would get a message by way of the Egyptian tarot cards, I feel. Because I'm going to say, because this card here is a representation of Egypt, which is ancient. So that lets me know something in the past. Something occurred in the past because if it's ancient, that means it occurred some time ago, perhaps in childhood, is what it lets me know. I have Atlantis here, so I do believe that someone tried to distort your identity, or get rid of your identity. If that makes sense to you. Like someone tried to get rid of your identity is what it lets me know. Like some things are hidden. Like as you can see, this card here has a what would be a lake, ocean, or what have you, and it's underwater. So some things are lost. That's what it lets me know. Now let's proceed. We're going to go a little farther. Now you will be the one that would know that because I wouldn't know exactly what that is unless God, you know, put the image scheme in my head, and I will let you know. Okay, this is what I'm picking up. All right, so in this instance, I'm gonna go ahead and pull out two of these cards. Again, this podcast and YouTube Magic Mind Medium is for entertainment purposes. It is for entertainment purposes. All right, so I'm going to pull one in, let's get this one, two. Two of the Egyptian tarot cards. And the reason why I'm pulling two is because the Egyptian card showed up. So it may give me an indication as to what is going on. All right, so let's pull up my guide. Egyptian tarot guide. All right, so let's go ahead and pull these cards over. All right, let me turn them upside right. All right, so let's start with, I'm going to start with this one because this is a major arcana card here. Start with this one. Okay, so this is card 0. Let's see where it is. Card 0. I want to say that's the gosh, doesn't let me know what card that is. Let's go all the way down. It should be I can't remember exactly what chord that is. Let me say it's the, I don't remember. Give me just a moment, let's go down. Okay, so it's the Bull card actually. It says the Crocodile Expiation. I'm not going to read all of the card. We're going to go down to what you may be experiencing and what may be gravitating to you. So it says detachment from material worries, oddness, foolishness, incomprehensible um, actions, lightheartedness, travels, holidays of the body and the mind, indecipherable acts or words, creative tension. So this could have been a bunch of confusion that occurred in regards to your past. Now, I think this is what gravitated to you now: uncertainty, hesitation, lack of initiative, escape from reality, breaking of all relationships with the world, impulsiveness, blind instincts, recklessness, stupidity, insensitivity, and slavery is what I have mentioned here. Now, the full card regarding the cheat sheet mentions fresh hope, take chances, new paths, and adventures beginning. So I think this is a time for you for healing, is what it lets me know, because I think what has happened is someone has programmed you to not trust um, certain entities, certain people, or whatever the case may be. It's what I feel. Now let's go down to the swords with the next card. Let's go down. All right, let's proceed. All right, so this right here is the Knave of Swords, Mayat's scribe. A man is writing on a tablet. There is a sword above him, the symbol of Mayat, goddess of justice. So I do believe that you're one of justice. You wanted to be vindicated. You want to be vindicated for what has done, what has happened to you in your past. You want someone to pay attention, to someone to notice, or what have you, is what it lets me know. The positive says lawyer, spy, agent at work, surprising news, ciphered messages, secrecy, and vigilance. So I do believe you're able to tap into these sensibilities because of some things that has been put within you, and you're able to tap into that sensibility, like, such as like a lawyer or a spy or agent or whatever the case may be. And you'll begin to see that these are energies that you pick up that has been put within you based on some things that occur, perhaps traumas or unfavorable circumstances or whatever the case may be, right? So you'll begin to see through the eyes of a spy or see through the eyes of a lawyer or whatever the case may be. Justice, feeling the need to want to vindicate or states one's plight because of this that occurred. This is a form of poor programming, is what I feel. Now, this is what I feel as though that comes to you. We have unpreparedness and providence. So let's look up this word improvidence. And you'll begin to see that we are all like this. We are. More so than we would know. Might not be able to verbally express what exactly it is. So improvidence is a noun that means a tendency to act without thinking things through or planning for the future. So I think a lot of this has been fostered by way of to get you to do some things unfavorable for yourself. And you're going to realize that this is a test of, quote, the devil. The biggest trick the devil ever pulled is convincing the world he and she did not exist. I'm gonna put some things out there to facilitate or provoke you to be upset and angry, just to turn around and say that you are da 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 da. Swindler, occult, enemy, black magic. I think what you're under is it may not necessarily be, I think it's foolish magic, if that even makes sense. So you could be dealing with someone that is into Wiccan. That's what I feel. And And what do I mean by that? I'm not going to sit here and necessarily say that Wiccan does not work and there is not any witchcraft attached to Wiccan. But what I will say is psychology is what I'm going to say. Gossip magic. Like I'm gonna facilitate some things to get you to act out of character, right? To get you to appear to be something you're not. It's all based on perception. So let's go ahead. Let's get a little bit deeper into what this energy. I'm not gonna do a soul's purpose, but what I will do is I'm gonna get into the dark reading. I'm just going to tell you that I think it's what you're dealing with is psychology, dark psychology, the play on psychology. That's what I feel as though you're dealing with. I'm gonna pull out two of the negative energy cards and moonology card. Yeah, so I think what is going on with you is a play on your psychology. Like you do have spiritual things that do occur, demonic possessions and things, excuse me, things of that nature. But I think by way of your health, that is what it is. It's psychology, is negative talk and gossip magic is what I feel. Let's go ahead. I'm going to pull out two of these, my dark cards. And how do I feel that way? Because I had some things to occur to corroborate whoever this message resonates for, right? To let you know how someone can play on your intellect and how it will manifest itself. All right, so let's get the dark cards pulled out. Yes, I think it's a more or less. I guess what I'm getting at is more or less like how um, people can use taunts and taunts to get you riled up and get you afraid, and then in self you do it to yourself. A revelation came to me that a, a historical figure. I'm not going to say which one it was. That in fact what occurred with that person. I kid you not. The person simply had a heart attack, and how some people could see some things that are not really there. That's what a second opinion is, because your sight can be honed to see some things that are not real. I'm gonna just take one from the top and one from the bottom. I'm not gonna even go into depth which historical figure, but I honestly feel as though by putting out that perception, the person simply died as a result of the perception of a threat, the perceived threat, right? Like say for instance, if I pump you up and make you feel as though I'm going to do this and that, and then to you, and then I simply just what show you the image, and you will just die, it manifesting you, and by way of your thoughts, because of this perceived perception, you'll just die off. I think this is what occurred. I think this is what Source is wanting me to convey to you, if that makes sense to you. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to pull out the two dark cards. So I have this card here. When I get this card, oftentimes it's in relation to like what goes around comes around. So I think you yourself need to look within and learn to change some things within yourself, because oftentimes when we are experiencing paranoia, it's because of our perceived um, thoughts. It's because of some things that we may do that has been pushed up. I think cruelty for is an indication of that, to where we're going on overdrive and we begin to perceive this threat all around. I think this is what's going on with you. I have this card here. Um, Something lets me know that this whole situation was staged. So I don't know if that's in reference to your relationship or your comings to be, your conception. Like something lets me know it was done out of cruelty and it was more or less like getting back. Okay, I'm gonna get you back, so to speak. Take it how it resonate. This reading may not resonate with everybody. All right, so I have this here. It says the blue moon 32 commune with the dead. I honestly feel as though you could very well be a conjurer, or perhaps somebody is communing with the dead to um out of curiosity. Like something kept saying to me, surface, surface, surface. Like I don't feel as though anything could be done. This is somebody I feel is mockery, if that makes sense to you. It's a mockery. So hoodoo and voodoo is real. Hexes are real, but I don't think the person has the power to actually manifest the things that are capable. I'm going to tell you that I think it's gossip magic by way of the mind. If you accept that as your reality, then it will be, it will manifest itself. Because what I feel as though you are experiencing right now. That's what it lets me know. Okay? And this is you, and you will see. Something shows me that it's not your mother, so it could very well be some energies that your mother or someone, could it be your father? Somebody is picking up energies that they exhibited or experienced. And somehow it's a lot of confusion. I just put it this way. By way of health, like they're not able to decipher the messages that comes in, and so it projects itself out, and you are viewed as a threat, and empathy is not in them, is what it lets me know. But I think what you're dealing with is a mockery to the actual. It's more or less like, I guess you would say, Hollywood or assimilation. That's what it lets me know. Um, so these are the two negative energies. So I have seven of wands. And seven represent insight, spirituality, and contemplation. One. So again, we have I have self-defense, protect against competition. So I do believe there is a perceived competition that has been perpetuated by this cruelty, to where you don't know who to trust and who not to trust. Now let me go to my cheat sheet, seven of wands. Okay, I just read that. All right, so it says glass ya la bolas. Yeah, I think what is going on with you is a simple case of um, giving someone a rope to hang themselves, if that makes sense. And the rope being your mind. I think what you're experiencing is an attack on your mind for yourself. I'm gonna let you do it to yourself, and then I'm gonna sit back and go on to the next one. Is what I feel. I think what you're experiencing is in the mind. Causes murder and bloodshed, tells of things to come, causes the love of friends or enemies, can make one invisible. Uh-huh. So that invisible lets you know that it's very cunning, this demon. It's a demon, but it's not powerful, is what I'm getting at. But if you give it power, then it will manifest itself. Because as I mentioned, I said that I felt as though it was um, health related and that you need to get a second opinion, and that's why. The next card I have here, I have Stolas, Page of Cups, Stolas. All right, so let's go to the Page of Cups. It says a studious kid, new love, volunteer work. I think this in relation to what happened in the past by way of your ancestors or family lineage. That's what it lets me know. Let's see. Now, it says teaches astronomy and the values of herbs and precious stones. So I'm going to say that I feel as though what you are experiencing is coming from family. That's what I'm going to say. Like I honestly feel as though that you do have some energies that gravitates to you. I do, but I'm going to say it is coming from within. And you will see how people will presumptively play on you to get you to go outside, if that makes sense to you. So this is a case of some Wiccan practices by way of a curiosity is what it lets me know to get you to do it to yourself, and they walk away scot free. All right. All right, so let's get this. This is a time for healing. I said this earlier. I just said this earlier. A time for healing, balsamic moon. You need to learn how to. Um, I'm not saying to. I mentioned that I feel as though it was psychology. I did. But you need to learn a little bit about psychology or reverse psychology, how you can get those energies, spaces away. Because something lets me know it is coming from within. That's what it lets me know. All right. So how can we remedy the issue or the problem? Well, we're going to sum it up with your healing energy oracle. That's what we're going to do. Now, this reading resonate for a specific person, okay? Um, because I do have my own biased opinions about certain spiritual entities, but I'm going to say that I'm going to read it as it may, as it applies to whoever this reading resonates for. Let's go ahead and pull out your healing energy oracle. All right, I'm prompted to pull this one. And we're going to pull out your angel cards. Yeah, I think what you're dealing with is a simple case of curiosity. Simple case of curiosity. Somebody that is curious and could very well been a situation where someone had power and they were able to let that power manifest itself, and favor has fallen away because this is how Satan sets certain people up. And so because I'm I have all eyes on me and I need to continue to perform, then when you don't conform to that consistency, then they will use gossip magic, if that makes sense to you. So say for instance, if I'm a miracle worker Like if I work miracles and I've been, working miracles, quote unquote, and all of a sudden I'm not working miracles anymore because I preach this gossip or preach this gospel about being a miracle worker, and then all of a sudden favor falls away, and I still got eyes on me. Okay, it's like biting the bullet or eating your words. Okay, now what you going to do now because you said da 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 da, and now we're seeing some things contrary to. So what are you going to say now? So in an instance, then we will pull out psychology and magic gossip. And I think that's what you're dealing with. That's what it lets me know. All right, I am going to pull this angel card. All righty. So this is the healing oracle. Transformation. Transformation. I think the message here is that you need to transform. You are transforming. Things are going to transform within you to show you deception, is what it lets me know. And the things that you once thought is revelation is going to come to you. It says, I am constantly evolving. I improve inwardly by working on my weaknesses and refining my strengths. Life ensures I'm presented with the situations that will help me learn and grow. I am aware of my progress and open my wings to the light. So I think this message is to give you synopsis about deception and how God will put instinct within you, right? When you know spirits, spiritual understanding. I just said it right before I pulled it up. Spiritual understanding. I just said this, and I haven't pulled this card in a while. I didn't even remember that card was in there. It says Archangel Raziel, I am bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. And that is the truth. That is the truth. A couple of these things I said, and it manifested itself. What more proof do you need? It's like I said, I'm not being paid. I have the Patreon, but I nobody no one is pulling up that I don't think I even went on my Patreon to tell you the truth. So so I'm gonna go ahead and conclude this episode of Spiritual Sense. I'm sorry, Magic Mind Medium, formerly Spiritual Sense. If you are wanting a reader, I am going to leave my email, and you can email me at SharonForChrist@outlook.com. That's SHARON, the number 4, Christ, like Jesus Christ, at outlook.com. And we can set up a time for a reading, all right? Until then, have a safe and wonderful day.